Your name is Tony Tango Oscar November Yankee, and you're beautiful 5 and 8, 68 into Wellington, New Zealand. Yourself?
Yeah, thank you very much for the 5 and 8 into Wellington, and nice to hear you for the first time. I think I've heard you once or twice on the band before. Well done on the OptiBeam. I'm using the aluminium version of the same antenna. I'm using the 10.5, Tony, over.
Yeah, I'm aware. They stopped producing the wire version, and they are doing the aluminium version, which is most probably better. QSL.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, well, Tony, just before I hand it back to Dave, I'm also on the Hermes Light, over.
Roger, yeah, good copy. Very, very good modulation. It's a great line. I have met few people using the same transceiver, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, they work very well. You just need some sort of a decent amp. And like yourself, I'm also using an ACOM, but I'm using the solid state 1200S, Tony, over.
Roger, okay, 1200S. Beautiful copy, yeah. 5 and 8 solid signal. Okay, guys, I have to go QRT for a while. It's time for my blood pressure medication, believe it or not. But lovely talking to you, Dave, Ola, and John. Back to you, Dave, for the final EA5JNM EA5 Uniform Boston. Have a good guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks very much, Tony, there, and thanks for sticking it out with us there. I know you wanted to go QRT. Zulu Lima 2, United Oscar, Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike in the group there. Thanks a million there, and hopefully we'll work you again soon. Fantastic signal coming out of ZL there, Tony. So thanks a million for the call there, and we look forward to a few more there in the future. We're normally knocking around at this hour looking for a bit of VK or ZL. 73, mate.
17, all the best. Bye-bye.
Yeah, 7-3. Okay, I'll pass it. Ola, I'm sure you've spoken to John there, Ola. We'll just hang on. We'll just give a shout for some more VK or ZL first, and then we can pass it around there. Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike with company, calling CQDX, looking for Victor Kilo, looking for ZL, looking for VK, looking for ZL outside Europe only. Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike is calling CQDX. Well, I don't hear anything. Back around to you, John. Very good morning. I'm sure you've worked Ola, my friend Ola, down the road. Ola's 5 kilometers from me, John. You're 5'9" plus 15 to 20 there, John. Just to get the formalities out of the way. Oscar November 8, Echo India. Very good morning from Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike. Ola is his station is 5 kilometers down the road in Granada-Cant. But Ola's sitting in Oslo at the moment. They're working remotely. Back to you, John.
Yeah, Roger, and I've spoken to Ola before, and I think he talks on a fairly regular basis to Moz down in VK3 land. But good morning to you, Dave. Good morning to you, Ola. And Dave, just to get the formalities, HI, out of the way. Yeah, you're 10 over with me, and you went up to 15 as well. So very happy to hear you. I had a late night, but I said I'll get up and I'll have another crack at the whip. So thank you very much for letting me talk to Tony. That's a nice one, and I have heard him before. EA5JNM ON80I, Dave, over.
Yeah, ON8 EA5JNM in the group. Yeah, I had a bit of a late one there myself. I don't think I got to bed before 3, but I've taken to sleeping in the spare room recently there. because it's much cozier when she's not here. And I left the blind up on purpose, John, so the sun came in on top of me there, and we got out of bed, hopped out of bed at 8 o'clock this morning, so on parade on time, but unfortunately not much going on there. I'll put it around to Ola there, and Ola has that lovely big beam, and Ola can do a Spanish kilowatt there, John. Ola is capable of a Spanish kilowatt HI, so maybe Ola can throw a line in the water for us there and fish something out. Back around to you, Ola. Echo Alpha 5 / Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie, EA5JNM in the group.
Okay, fine indeed, Dave. Good morning, John. Yes, I know I've spoken to you once before, and that was also together with Dave. And you're quite right, yes. I speak quite regularly with Moss, and also with Norway Echo to Quebec, Jay there over on around 14,160, and he's always, Moss is always very, very strong, and yes, it's a lovely morning here. I did wake up at 8 o'clock myself this morning, and the sun was shining from a blue sky. It's a little bit on the cool side. It's around the freezing point, and through the day the temperature goes up to around 14, 15, and no wind at the moment. So, but I'm going back to Dave and Spain next Sunday. We have an airport which is only 20 kilometers away, and we are living also from 15 or 15 kilometers from the airport down in Spain, so it's very convenient, to travel up and down all the time. And I'm quite sure I told you, I'm using the ACOM 2000A, had it now for 16 years, and it still do the job for me, as we say, running a Spanish stallion. So I've been very, very happy with that one. So come off to Belgium, or an 8 Echo India, EA5 / LA2, politically correct, over.
Yeah, very good, Ola. And I have to say, and I've always thought it. You've got a great name for radio. So there we go. Yeah, I've heard you also many times speaking with Moz, Jay, and also to Dan. And then there's also a friend of Jay who's also on the frequency, and you have great conversations. Yeah, you're 10 over 9 with me, Ola, and have a nice time. And I'm sure you'll be visiting Dave, or Dave will be visiting you, and you can talk about the good old days. So back she goes. I wonder how you're receiving me, Ola. Echo Alpha 5 / Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie, Oscar November 8 Echo India and the group, Ola. Ola?
You're 10 over, John, you're 10 over 9. Lovely coffee. And I'm beaming around 200 and, goodness me, I have to think now, 260 degrees. Around roughly 260 degrees. It's a little bit out of the direction compared to what it shows there on the computer. So there is something wrong with the rotator and the indicator. So I really don't know what to do. But as long as I'm about 40, 50, probably about 50 degrees. Also direction compared to what the indicator shows me here on the computer. As long as I know that, I'm fine. And yes, I speak quite often also to Jay. I have visited Jay 3 times. 2 times. My wife has visited him 3 times, and I visited him 2 times, and they have been to Norway. We've seen them in Sweden as well, so we've known them for quite a few number of years. And I can tell you, John, it all started with the first QSO, and they said, "Oh, you're living in Norway. I'm wondering, I need one connection for my Nokia telephone, and I'm not able to get that connection. It's been because he had to put up a small aerial for his mobile phone. And I said, oh, I'll check it out. And the next day I talked to him again and said, yes, I can get that connector for you for only, was it $10? And he was so happy I did send it to him. And since then we have spoken regularly, and he's been visiting us, as I say, in Norway as well. So he's been a good friend over many years. And yes, the call sign, my previous call sign was LA3 Yankee Queen, LA3YQ, and it was very difficult to pilot. So when my father went silent key, back in '83, I asked, is it possible to change and I can use my father's call sign? And the authorities said yes. So since '83, I've been using my father's call sign. And you never know, John, he might be listening to this morning. 18 Echo India and the group EA5/LA2 Papa Charlie, over.
Yeah, Roger, great transmission. And I'll be putting it back to Dave now in a moment, and maybe he'll call another bit of DX. But I'm very impressed with the instant on, how quick the remote is, because sometimes when I hear remote stations, there's quite a little bit of a delay. Anyway, that's for another day. By the way, I just clicked on your photo, Ola, and I thought I was looking at Kenny Kenny Rogers, over.
Yeah, well, still have the wife there. That's right, John. Okay, so for next time, so back to you. Take it away, Dave, over.
Yeah, John was EA5/LA2 Papa Charlie, Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike in the group returning there. Well, he was saying you had the name for radio. He has the face for radio as well, John HI. But yeah, we better call a bit of DX there while the window's open, Ola. Hopefully now you've been rustling the bushes there for us. Ola, what way are you pointing? Are you pointing a long path there into VK?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. Well, you do the honours there, Ola. You probably got the best signal of all of us there. Well, John's probably on par with you there. He's got. I'm only on my piddly little cobweb. However, I did catch the first ZL there by myself. You give it a go there, please, Ola.
Okay, Roger. Let's see here then. And CQDX. From Echo America 5/LA2PC calling. Echo Alpha 5/LA2PC calling CQDX. CQDX Pacific long path from Echo America 5/Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie. Echo America 5/LA2PC calling CQDX and by for call, over. Nothing. CQDX. CQ Pacific from Echo America 5/Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie. Echo America 5/Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie calling CQDX from Echo America 5/London America 2 Papa Charlie. Echo Alpha 5/LA2PT calling CQDX and by for call, over. Nothing. Okay, John, up there in Belgium. You give it a go, over.
Yeah, I think they're off drinking the Fosters, Ola, over.
Yeah, yes. Yes, that might be possible. It's too expensive in Spain, so I tell you, in Norway, I bought 12 tins of beer, and I paid 27 euros for 12 tins of beer. Coming down to Spain, I paid 3.60. So it's so much cheaper to drink it down in Spain. Go ahead, John, over.
Yeah, what about home brew beer, over?
Aye. I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that, John. Drink a little bit of DNT. That's all. A little bit of DNT, and the rest is beer. And very often Dave is popping over on his scooter or his car, and we're having 1, 2, or 3 beers together. Isn't that correct, Dave? Over?
Absolutely, absolutely. So someone has to supervise them there, John. But come here, Ola. I noticed there you have the lovely old Sophie there. God rest her soul. Still on the QRZ. We need to get a picture of the new puppy up there on the QRZ. I see Sophie sitting there on the edge of the pool there in the picture there. When are you going to get a picture of the new puppy up there on the QRZ there? And how are you getting on with the new dog there? It's what is it now? 3 or 4 months old, over?
I'm coming up to 6 months. Coming at 3 kilos and 6 months. John, we had the golden retrievers, 3 of them in a row for 35 years, and the last one died last summer back home in Norway, and so we were without the dog for a couple of months, and then we talked about it, my wife and myself, and then we bought a new one, but this time it was it was 2.5 kilos when we bought her, and now she is 3 kilos. A small one, some sort of a party dog, we can have on your lap all the time. So I'm going to put on a picture, but first of all, I'm going to send you a picture, Dave. Or we probably, in a week's time, you'll be able to see the dog yourself. So, when you're talking about the delay, it's absolutely fantastic, no delay whatsoever. The delay is, when we turn it all back to Dave. Dave is always, I would say, second or two, always. So sometimes I'm wondering, is he fast asleep when I turn the mic back to him? So there is the delay with Dave, but it's very, very quick here with me. ON8 Echo India in the group EA5/LA2PC, over.
Yeah, and I think the reason possibly, Ola, for the delay is he's waiting for that that station that got away to come in, over.
Yeah, that might be possible. So they also have a very nice shot. I feel, running DX, your modulation is a little sharper. I love that. You're a little sharp in the modulation compared to... I feel that Dave has a little bit more bass, and so you're a little sharper, I know, for example, going through a pilot. So it's a tiny difference. When you're both running the same radio, even though you sound a little sharper, which is, I think, is a very good thing, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, and I think we're using the same profile. I gave Dave my profile, and then he sold it to about 1,000 other users. Ola, over.
Yeah, he's an Irishman,
Exactly. Back to you, Dave.
There, your database mixed with Andy's is now doing the rounds in the USA, John.
Yeah, it's like it's like a what do they call it? Those sperm donors, over.
Yeah, well, our chain letter there, but I was leaving a gap there to see if any DX was coming in there, Ola. But what was I going to say? I'm waiting on this vertical, John. Spanish couriers are notorious about kind of doing their own thing, especially when it creeps up to the weekend there. So I had a delivery note there from AliExpress tracking. It was Canio heavy. It was basically a line that does heavy packages there. So anyway, it was quite unusual there. The package came in. I'm talking about basically the 4-band strapped vertical there that I ordered there. That's in Spain. It's cleared customs, and so basically Some lad possibly passed by on the truck there yesterday and maybe couldn't have found parking. No missed call, but he recorded that he attempted the delivery on the app there. This is quite common with packages in Spain. There, all I will tell you, you get used to it after a while, and you stop ringing them and getting upset over it. There, it's just the way people do stuff here sometimes. But anyway, that occurred yesterday there. So I'm I'd really love to go out and do a bit of portable today, but I'll probably have to wait until around lunchtime. I doubt if there'll be any action after lunchtime there. They work a kind of 6-day week here in Spain, John. So normally by Saturday afternoon, there's little of anything going on work-wise, and rightly so. People start to spend time with their families there. So anyway, the bugger he passed by yesterday, but didn't actually make a delivery, and no missed call, which is the giveaway to he had other plans to courier, put it that way. But hopefully the vertical will arrive today. And I've been looking at some very, very heavy parasol stands there, or I'm thinking possibly I can get a tire up there on the attic roof, put a stand in there with something to clip on the antenna onto, and fill it with cement. So a couple of different ideas there going on there for the mounting. And then I have my friend EA5 India Papa Mike Diego there, who's he's very professional at stuff. He's a telecoms engineer, so he might give me some ideas there as well. So looking forward to getting the 4-band vertical, 40, 20, 15 and 10 up, and seeing if it'll give the cobweb a run for its money. It'll be apples and oranges, vertical and horizontal polarization there. I'll put it back around to you, John, for comment.
Yeah, with a little gap, but nothing heard. Yeah, just here. I don't know if you have one of these, but I have the remote antenna switching systems. Are you? Well, I'm sure you are. Well, I'll ask anyway. Are you familiar with those? Over.
Yeah, well, Mark was actually building me a relay there. He's actually built me a relay. I think he might even have it finished there. But yeah, send us a picture there. I'd appreciate anything there. Send us on a picture there, and you throw it back over to Ola next there, John. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Okay, well, I'll do a quick ID, and then I'll put it back to Ola. Echo Alpha 5 stroke LA2 Papa Charlie, Oscar November 8 Echo India and Company. And maybe there is a little bit of DX out there as well. So, Ola, yeah, that's an amazing system. Now, here's a question. So, because you're familiar with James, and he has a remote station, although I haven't heard it. But can you remotely switch everything off? How does that work, Ola? Over.
Yeah, the only thing I don't switch off is it's the power to the radio, because I do have the phase here in the shack, the phase of the ICOM 7100, and the electricity to the internet. So the internet and the power to the radio. But except for that, I turn on the electricity remotely for the rotator, for the amplifier, and so I only have the head of the radio here in the shack plus the 2 computer screens. So at the moment I can see I'm with how much temperature. The temperature is 80 degrees now on the tube, and no reflection, and I can see how much power I'm running. So it's absolutely fantastic, this system. But so it happens that sometimes the main fuse goes, and I have to call the neighbor, which is living about 300 meters away, and he has the key to the house. And I say, Juan Carlos, you better go into the house and turn back on the electricity, because I can see that immediately when I'm not able to turn on my radio. So that's the only disadvantage, that I have to ask somebody. And so far, I've been now in Norway for 3 weeks, and only once did I have to call him because of the fuse and the main fuse had gone. So there is some problem, but that happens to many houses, and it's so hard to detect what is wrong. And but now it's been fine. Well, at least for the 2.5 weeks, I haven't had any problems. And going back to Spain next week, John, go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds like a great system. Okay, I'll put it back to you, Dave, and maybe you'll call any DX. I wonder, is there someone in the kitchen, Dave, cooking the breakfast? Over.
Yeah, that one just originated from Ola. I just shared your wonderful picture there, Ola. Yeah, that's a lovely start to the morning. I wish, well, I better not say that. To be waking up to someone making that sort of a coffee for you, wow. Well, such is life. If Carlsberg did whatever. Anyway, yeah, this is Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike calling CQ, calling CQDX, calling CQ, calling CQDX, looking for VK, looking for ZL. Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike with company, looking for VK, looking for ZL. Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike with company, looking for VK, looking for ZL. Calling DX, calling outside Europe. Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike is calling DX, calling CQ, calling CQ DX, QRZ. Okay, I do hear a station there. You're not very strong with me there, but I'll see if one of the other my friends can pick you up. Ola, can you hear that station calling?
I think it was Victor Kilo to Delta X-ray, VK2D. Is that Victor Kilo to Delta X-ray, over?
Yeah, go ahead, Ola.
John, did you read that VK2 station, over, John?
Too low, over.
Okay. VK2 Delta X-ray, Victor Kilo to Delta X-ray, this is Echo America 5 / Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie. Echo America 5 / LA2 Papa Charlie, over. No, it's not reading me. Give it a new call there, Dave, over.
Yeah, okay, Ola, yeah. I did hear him in the beginning there. He was getting bits and pieces there, but I know he's there, but I have the blasted 5 of noise here. So he was probably a 5 there. If I was down, Ola, if I was down in the Salinas with 100 watts, I'd probably work him from down there. It's ridiculous down there. Sean knows what I'm talking about. I've posted enough pictures on our we have a Hermes Light 2 aficionado group there, so the lads are probably fed up looking at my pictures of the Salinas there, all that, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, let's see. What's that Victor Kilo 4 Alpha Baker X-ray, VK4 America Bravo X-ray, is that the call sign, over? Okay, roger. Yeah, VK4 Alpha Bravo Hotel, Victor Kilo 4 Alpha Bravo Hotel, from Echo America 5 / Lima Alpha 2 Papa Charlie returning. And a very good evening to you, good morning. At the moment, 5 and 2, 52, 5 by 2. So the bank condition is not very good this morning. My name is Ola, Ocean Lima America, Ontario, London America, Ola, QTH Alicante, in the southeastern part of Spain. And we are also 2 other in company here on frequency, and I'm not sure if you are able to read them as well. So we put it back to Australia. VK4, Alpha Bravo Hotel, Echo Alpha 5 / LA2 Papa Charlie, over. Yeah, VK4 Alpha Bravo Hotel, Echo Alpha 5 / LA2PC returning. Well, I didn't get much of that. You were 4 by 3 on the last over, 43, and the bank conditions this morning is lousy, and I can see the K index is 5, and so it's not very, very good indeed. So at the moment, 4 by 3, 43. And what is my report, over? Could you say that again one more time, over? Okay, Roger, 5 by 6. Okay, very fine indeed. QRX, 1 second. Listen, did any of you to John or Dave, you hear the station, over?
No contact.
Just about, over.
Okay, do you want to... Yes, give him a call then. Dave, give him a call, over.
Yeah, no problem, Ola. Okay, thanks. I'll give it a shot there. David, yeah, nice to work with you again there. I got you, you're just on my noise level there, but your report on this side, David, this is Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike. Echo America 5, Juliet November Mike. My call again, David, is Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike. And we worked about just at the beginning of the week. I worked you on the 19th of March there. We had a contact there just 4 days ago, David. So again, my call, Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike. Echo Alpha 5, Juliet November Mike. And someone is texting me that I'm doubling there. Ola, are you still by frequency?
Yes. Someone is tuning and it's impossible. I'm not able to read him anymore because I'm having to Mexico, David.
Yeah, well, you said over to you, David, so I think I was doubling with David there, two Davids there rather than the call sign, so bit of confusion there. Can you still hear David? Give him my report there. I was doubling with him there. He was 3 and 5. 3 and 5 was the report from my side to David there. But as I said, you said over to you, David, so we both went at it there. So apologies if I'm doubling again with David. Give him my report there, Ola. 3 and 5 was the report. And I'll put it back to you, Ola. You can tie the ribbons in it, over.
Okay, Roger. And VK4 Alpha Bravo Hotel, Echo Alpha 5 / LA2PC returning. Heavy QR Mexico at the present time, David. And Echo Alpha 5, Juliet, Norway, Mexico. You spoke to him about 3 days ago, and today he gave you 3 by 5, 3 and 5, 35. So the bank conditions are not very good. So we say 70 trees, catch you another day, and have a lovely weekend. And till next time, 70 trees. VK4 Alpha Bravo Hotel, Echo Alpha 5 / LA2 Papa Charlie and the group. Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye, David, and catch you later. And good morning, Ken. Good morning to you. Zulu Lima 1 Kilo Echo November. So 1 Kilo Echo November from Echo America 5 / Lima Alpha to Papa Charlie. And thanks for the call. We are 3 stations here on frequency, Ken. And I'll give you a report on the next over. The name is Ola, Ocean, London, America, Ola. And I'm operating remote, sitting physically here in Norway, just south of Oslo, and operating remote through my remote station at my second home down in Alicante in the southeastern part of Spain. So hang on 1 second, Ken, and we put it back over to the other one. Echo Alpha 5, Juliet, Norway, Mexico. You take it away, Dave, over.
Yeah, sorry, what's the call again, Ola?
Zulu Lima 1 Kilo Echo November. That's 1 Kilo Echo November, go ahead.
Zulu Lima 1 Echo Kilo November. Okay, hopefully I have it right there. Sorry, I was just sharing some. I was just sharing John's profile there to one of our new Hermes Light 2 members, Keith. So just pimping your database out again there, John, to Keith in our group. Okay, I'll give it a go there. As I said, I'm not using a beam there like you guys there, but we'll give it a try. Zulu Lima 1 Echo Kilo November. This is Echo Alpha 5 Juliet November Mike. Echo Alpha 5 Juliet November Mexico. Zulu Lima 1 Echo Kilo November. Hopefully I got your call right. This is Dave in Alicante. Delta Alpha Victor Echo. Again, the call this side is Echo America 5 Juliet November Mike. Back to you there. Zulu Lima 1 Echo Kilo November. Any copy, over? Okay, I think you said 5657. That's great. Glad to work you there. Yeah, I got you about a 4 and 5. There is some idiot making a bit of QR Mexico on our frequency there, so he's covering you up there at times there. But thanks for the 5657, I think you said, and I have you about a 4 and 5 there with some QR Mexico there. Anyway, I'll pass it back. I'm not sure if John in Belgium can hear you there, but I'll pass it over there to John to give you a try. His call, by the way, is Oscar November 8 Echo India. Stand by there for the station in Belgium. Oscar November 8 Echo India will call you. Go ahead there, John.
Yeah, no contact. So I think the band is shifting. So Dave, I'm going to spin the dial. Nice to hear you. Thank you very much for the contacts, and thank you to speak to Ola. So good morning, Ola. We'll talk soon, and greetings to all the guys on 160. So back she goes to you, Dave. Echo Alpha 5 Juliet November Mike, Oscar November 8 Echo India and the group, and give my greetings to Ken. Dave, over.
Yeah, no problem there. Okay, thanks a million for the call there, John, and we'll chat to you a bit later on there. Oscar November 8 Echo India is signing there. So no contact there. John is not hearing you there, Ken. So yeah, no worries, Ken there. We're just operating the Hermes Light 2 here, Ken. Same radio as John in Belgium there. And I'm sure you've worked John there before. We are using the little Hermes Light 2 radio here, Ken, and about 750 watts is going into a cobweb antenna. 750 watts into the cobweb antenna there, and we are using the Hermes Light 2. But I'm pretty sure I've made a mess of your call sign there. I don't think I've got your call sign right there, Ken. I have Zulu Lima 1 Echo Kilo November, but I don't think that's right. As I said, we had a little bit of QR Mary there on the frequency there, so I'll just check my log there, and maybe I can get it from the log there. But again, the call this side, Ken, is Echo Alpha 5 Juliet November Mexico. Echo Alpha 5 Juliet November Mexico. So I'll just put it back to you there, Ken, and see if I can get your call correct. Zulu Lima 1 question mark, Echo Alpha 5 Juliet November Mike in the group is listening.